Welcome to another session of Talk Tech with Spec. Today's session is going to talk to you a little bit about how to assign lesson level as well as unit level resources to your students. This could include assessments, homework assignments, games, as well as anything from any of the activity books that we have below. So here we have resources. So in our resources section, you have all of your books, Teacher's Edition, Teacher Resource Book, Student Activity Book, and you can move along to your assessment guides, teacher's editions. But remember, you also, if you go to resources tab right here, you'll get every single resource available to your grade level. So if I click third grade, for example, I will get every third grade resource available. So most of the stuff that you have in your classroom as actual textbooks is available right here for you to look at. If you ever want to go back to the home page, you can click either the home button or the giant Think Central in the corner to get you back to your dashboard. So those are books, those are resources, those are places to find things. We have our math tools, we have the teacher's resource book, all of that right here. But what I want to show you now is how to assign things to your students. There is a way to search, but when you search for things, a lot of times they don't come up the way that you'd like to see them. So being a very linear thinker, I like to look at it like my units. I want to see the lessons that go with each unit, and I want to be able to do it in more of a linear fashion. So if I click on the Browse button and I go to my grade level, let's just choose third grade for our sample today. And I have my choice of either going by program structure or standards. You're going to probably want to go by program structure because the program structure gives you the units and the lessons that are in our textbook. So you do have some grade level resources here, which I'm not going to get into right now. But what I really want to do is go into one unit and show you what resources are available and how to assign them to your kids. So let's just say we're on Unit 1 right now. I'm going to click on Unit 1 to open it up. All of my lessons for Unit 1 have opened up underneath, so I know that I have 19 lessons for Unit 1. But if I stay on Unit 1 right here, I can go over here to unit level resources, and these are the overall activities and assignments for this entire unit. For example, if I click here, it'll take me directly to my differentiated instruction cards. I can go here to my digital path, and I'll have a podcast, which is a video that shows you a sample of someone teaching a specific skill from this unit. And then down here, I have my assessment. So here is the pretest for the entire unit. And look at how it says homework at the end. If you click the one that says homework at the end, the one that has homework will actually give you some scaffolds for the kids. So when completing this equation, if I don't know what to do, I can click view an example and it'll solve it for me. I can then try another problem. I can do step by step. It'll break the problem down for me into multiple steps. For each of these questions on this entire pretest, I can go to textbook, and it'll open up an RTI worksheet that shows me the skill that the student is working on. So as a parent, I can have more practice with my students or with my child, or as a teacher, I can pull these worksheets for my students to work on to get better at specific skills. You can print the assignments, you can print the entire test, or you can view the standards. Just note that every time a student opens up this assessment, the numbers are different. So this array will look different, just like if I click try another. A lot of teachers will assign this as a practice test before the actual test, or you can just assign it and call it Unit 1 practice. Don't put the word test on it so they don't think that it's a test, because you want them to be able to use those tools to keep working on it. This is also under assessment where you'll find the Unit 1 post-test. That's the homework version. Here's the pretest. Test and quizzes doesn't give you any help. It's just the test, so they could take this test and they don't get any help. They have to solve the question and move on, and you get a score for that as well. And you have the post-test under tests and quizzes, as well as it's somewhere in here under homework right here. You also have all of your quick quizzes in here as well. So this is where you're going to go to assign all of your quick quizzes to your students. Everything else here under resources These are all workbooks, and these are all textbook pages. So all of these, if you assign anything that says assign, the multilingual family letters, all of that, when you assign that to your students, it'll assign just a PDF of a book page. The only things that are interactive are going to be the ones that have a PMT for Personal Math Trainer, or one of the games, which I'm going to show you right now. So that's what you see under your unit level resources. That's just by clicking Unit 1. Now I'm going to look at a particular lesson. Let's just go to Lesson 3. When I click on Lesson 3, I am going to have a couple of options on the side. I'm going to have my core instruction as well as some lesson level resources. So here's my core instruction right here. My core instruction is going to give me my teacher's edition right on the page I need to be on for this lesson. My student activity book. So if you want to go here before starting your day's lesson, this links you right in so you don't have to fumble through the books to find the pages you need to be on. This also shows you the homework and remembering book for each of these, for this lesson as well. And then under core instruction, under assessment, you have another Personal Math Trainer lesson 1.3, multiplication and erase, homework. This is just one homework lesson that is online using the Personal Math Trainer just for this lesson. So you can actually assign these for every single lesson if you want to give practice. If you have a 2-day lesson, you might want to give paper one day and then give the online version the next. If you know you're going to the computer lab, you might want to assign a couple of the homework pages from particular lessons that just narrows in. It's probably about 5 to 10 questions for a specific skill in a specific lesson. And it mirrors that pen and paper homework that they would do. So that's under core instruction. But I can also, from each lesson, go to lesson level resources. And I have my student activity book, Blackline Masters, if I want to quickly get there. Remember, if you assign these to the kids, it just assigns a PDF file page. You have your differentiated instruction. This takes you directly to those books and those pages. Then here's your digital path. If you have a smartboard in your classroom or a Promethean board, these are the digital path lessons, the smartboard lessons. You don't want to assign these. You'd probably want to open these and project these up on the board. If you have a smartboard in your classroom or you want to use this tool, just note that I believe these lessons are kind of a standalone lesson. It doesn't really correspond with the entire lesson that you're teaching. You also have your MegaMath games. Now, the kids have access to all MegaMath games on their account, but you can assign specific games to go with specific lessons. So this happens to be the game that goes with lesson 3. I can click assign to assign that as well. And then lastly, down here, you have destination math. Now there's 4 different destination maths. These 3 right here, you don't have to assign the tutorial, the practice, and the workout. If I assign the tutorial and the kids scroll through it, it'll eventually take them to the practice and the workout. So if you decide to do a destination math, which is slightly more challenging than the MegaMath, but it's more of kind of a fun guided game tutorial that takes them through the skills that they're learning. Just note that the modules, units, sessions, and all that don't correspond with the exact unit number, lesson number in math expressions. Lastly, there's on the bottom, there's usually classroom activities with destination math. So if you click on that, as I just did, you actually will have a lesson plan that will help to go along with that skill that they're learning in that destination math game. Destination math is good, but I would really focus in on using your Personal Math Trainer a lot and maybe assigning some of the MegaMath games for fun. Or if you're in a Spanish immersion class, the MegaMath in Espanol is actually really good to get that language skill along with the mathematics skills. So that's basically how you would assign. I'm going to go in and just assign a MegaMath game just to show you what that looks like. So if I were to assign this game, I would say, I usually title them like 1-3 game. I'll usually say have fun because it is a game. Then you have to select your class and you're going to want to select your subject. That's the one part that you always have to make sure, otherwise it will not let you continue. I don't have any groups set up, so I'll add all my students. I can select an available date and a due date, and I would click save, and this assignment will be saved. I'm not going to save it because I don't want to assign it to these random students that are in my class. So that's pretty much how you go on to Think Central and assign things to your students. Let me know if you need any help. I'm always here to assist. And this is Mr. Speck signing out. Have a great day. Bye.